Welcome back to the MACC for the first Hornets Hockey Network broadcast in the 2025-2026 season. Today, the Hornets return to the MACC for a scrimmage versus the Auburn Maroons. Fu-Mei Tung, your wonderful videographer and producer behind the camera. And myself, Michael Haungs, will be doing your play-by-play the whole season and sometimes joined by Robbie Finger. Last season, the Hornets ended the regular season 11-9. They then played Casnovia in the quarterfinals, where Henry Doherty had a double overtime goal to send them to the semifinals at Shove Park. Unfortunately, their season ended early with a loss to the West Virginia Wildcats. Some big things for the Hornets. They are losing 10 seniors. Doherty, LaMarche, and Maine are staying, however. Big parts of the offensive defensive line, and then LaMarche in goal, always solid. So the Hornets, they will play today, then have an icebreaker tournament December 2nd and December 3rd. As for Auburn, they will be at Ontario Bay December 2nd. The scrimmage rules will have a 20-minute half, and then each team will have a 2-minute power play, and that'll play the whole time even if one team scores, and then 1 minute will be a 6-on-5. We'll then have another half of hockey, 20 minutes regular, and then we will have each team having a 2-minute power play as usual, and then the other team will have a 6-on-5 advantage. We'll be right back with warm-ups here at the MACC. The captains for your Hornets on the ice, Tyler Main with the A and Henry Doherty. Again, we will have a 20-minute half. Each team will have a power play opportunity after that, and then it'll be 6-on-5. We will do the same thing in the second half, and we're off for the 2025-2026 season. Controlled first by the Hornets, quickly into the Maroons' ends. Now into the Hornets' end. Well, Tyler will find it. Looking for Drew. Now Tyler in control once again, up to Doherty. Across into the Maroons' end, just escapes the stick of Drew Main. Puck still in the Maroons' end, finally knocked out. The Hornets will reset. It's going to be an offsides call. Scrimmages are a good opportunity for teams to see what lines they do like, what players work well together, see general team morale and energy preseason so that they can figure it out before their first regular season game that will counter their record. Another early call. We'll be back in the neutral zone. One back by the Hornets again. Barrett was battling with John Young, a very strong player for the Maroons last year. The last time these two teams faced off, it was in the regular season a year and a day ago at Casey Park in Auburn. The Hornets won 7-0. Score will not be kept on the scoreboard due to Section 3 ice hockey rules. Hornets will make a line change. Maroons keeping their same 5 on the ice. In the neutral zone, it's found by Drew Main. Good defense from Wilcox. Asa Black unable to control the puck, and the Maroons will come the other way. Wilbur knocks it across. A shot from Drew Main is deflected. Tanner Marcellus, the goalkeeper for the Maroons this year, he is a sophomore. That'll be an icing. Wilbur unable to find the stick of a fellow Hornet. Again, the Hornets lost 10 seniors, 6 forwards, 4 defenders. Nico Capriati, Noah Chen, Michael Leduc, Jack Lalick, Connor McDonald, Gavin Patnode, Will Sanzone, Dimitri Sergeev, Nicholas Sergeev, and Brian Tonkovich, all off the Hornets roster this year. So a lot of new faces. Some similar faces, however, Tyler Main currently with the puck, Henry Doherty and Drew Main currently, and Dawson Wilbur, who also found some time last year with the Hornets. Asa Black with the starting position this year. He was a good second or third line guy for the Hornets last year. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. Puck still in the Maroons' ends. Fired into the middle. Drew Main will shoot. It's deflected high. Just over the head of Marcellus. Both teams will use the stoppage as time to switch lines. The Hornets put Barrett on. Gavin Patnode used to wear number 22. A senior defenseman. we left last year. Dangerous possession for the Hornets. A shot taken by Castler, however deflected by LaMarche. LaMarche scoops it up and it'll be a puck drop right of LaMarche inside the Hornets' ends. A shot for each team so far. None of them finding the nylon. Puck was quickly cleared into the neutral zone. Auburn's looking to retain possession with Laraway. A big hit from Barrett. However, the Maroons are able to control the puck still. Into the Hornets' ends now is Laraway. Grayson Mucha unable to clear the puck. Dangerous opportunity for the Hornets again. However, Castler instead works it back to his defenders, and we're going to have a call. It'll be a 2-minute penalty, I believe is the call. Number 22, Barrett. First penalty will be against the Hornets. They'll be playing a man down. Auburn with the power play opportunity. Hornets with some aggressive offense with a man. It looked like they had a man down. It's actually 5-on-5. Sorry for that. Barrett's in the penalty box, however, Hornets still with 5 on the ice, and they'll make a line change. 5 minutes into the scrimmage. No one's finding it yet. Unable to get it to Doherty. Now Doherty does find control. Goes up to Asa Black. Black with Main in front. Tyler Main working it around. Maroons try to clear it. And they do. Offsides call on Wilbur. Puck will come across into the neutral zone. It's going to be Drew Main for the Hornets. However, Pesterchik able to win it. Now it's Panu. Over to Maher. Maher with some nifty moves. Past Main. He'll try one. It's right. Back along the boards from Panu. Back over to Maher. However, Tyler Main takes it away and finds the senior captain, Henry Doherty. Shot. Covered up. Hogan unable to get it past LaMarche. Alan Doherty unable to come up with it. Tommandale chasing that for the Maroons. Able to get it back to Panu. It was actually Castler. LaMarche able to find it behind his net. Goes up to Helen. However, skips past and instead finds Larway. Thompson up to Asworth. Getting across the shock. Puck goes all the way back into the Hornets' ends. Marsh knocks it across the shock now up to Asworth. Asworth able to get it over. Ashworth will take it himself behind the net into the middle. A shot is deflected, turned away. Back into the middle. This is Tyler Main. He'll retreat and find it in the Hornets' ends. Puck across to Wilbur once again. Deflected by McGuire. Good defense from Jonah Young from the Maroons. Able to keep it into the neutral zone. Now Tyler Main flying across, showing the wheels. He'll shoot one, and that one's turned away as well. Doherty unable to keep it in. The Maroons' end into the neutral zone, and now into the Hornets' ends is Maher. Maher loses it. Wilbur in return. Asa Black not able to keep his stick on it. Scoops the cross. Whoever goes to Eli Williams from the Maroons. Up over to Jonah Young. Anderson Canoe, unable to keep control, dumps it behind the Hornets' net where Wilbur will go across to Doherty. Doherty with a missed pass, recollects it, goes over to the right side for Main. Main dumps it in the Maroons' end, and the Hornets will make a line change. Doherty and Asa Black with the pressure. And it finds Grayson Mucha. Over to Ellis Thompson. Ellis Thompson has a big hit delivered on him, and that's going to be a penalty on Cal Maher. Cal Maher will serve 2 minutes in the penalty box for the Maroons as he decked Ellis Thompson. Still 5 minutes. Sorry, still 5 men on the ice for the Maroons. We won't do any power plays until after the first half of play. Thompson unable to clear it. A shot. Marsh turns it away. All the way in the Maroons' end. It's collected by LT. Shock works it over to Ellis Thompson. Mucha. Instead it's Smith. Smith over to Shock. Shot right. Marcellus didn't have to do anything. Hornets with it in the neutral zone. They've had possession for about 75% of this scrimmage thus far. 10 minutes into the first half. Wilbur unable to keep control. A nice move by Laraway. He'll take a shot. Marsh will cover it up. .9:49 left in the 20-minute period. Still no one finding the net. This score will most likely not go on the scoreboard for the scrimmage. Here's Wilbur. Works it off the glass to Main. Main around the net. Looks in the middle for Doherty. Instead shoots it. It's deflected. Maroons come the other way with Laraway. Hassler and Wilbur with a collision. Let's see what the call is. Another Maroon in the penalty box. That was Max Laraway. Still 5 men on the ice, however, 2 in the box, 2 of Auburn's biggest players. Laraway had 2 goals last season. Kalmaher had 6 goals, 3 assists. Tyler Main in the neutral zone. Finds Drew Main. He loses it, and it'll go back to Wilbur. Dumps it into the Maroons' end. Marcellus played it forward to Maher. Man zone behind Marcellus's net. Hornets retreat in the neutral zone is Henry Doherty, makes a nice move. He'll take a shot, and it is scored. I believe that deflection went in. Not sure who ended up putting the final. It was Drew Main. Doherty took a shot. It was deflected off of Marcellus. And it's Drew Main who finds the net for the Hornets' first goal. Score will not be kept on the scoreboard for the scrimmage. However, a good mental note. No scrimmage lead, however, with some different rules than usual. Maroons look to retaliate. Again, these scrimmages are good opportunities for coaches to figure out what lines and players work well. The 2 minutes will be a good opportunity to see what power plays work well. And that shot, quick retaliation from the Maroons. Big celebration from Anderson Canoe. And it's 1-1. Maroons with a quick get back. Again, that was Anderson Pernue. He had 2 goals last season. His nice scrimmage goal here. Hornets go to Mucha. Knocked away by Marcellus. Shock able to find it in the neutral zone. Unable to get it to Mucha at first. We're gonna have a call on the Hornets as soon as they touch the puck. Cal Maher behind Lamarche's net. Has it taken away. It was going to be an offsides call if the Hornets stayed in their Maroons' ends. I believe that Mucha was offsides. However, they get the puck back after the Maroons' possession. No call. Smith battling in the corner. Laraway. Looked like he won it for the Maroons. However, it comes out for the Hornets. Just Pat Smith, the missed opportunity. It's going to be a hard shot nonetheless, however. Wilbur. Shot wide. Missed by Cal Maher, one of the best players for the Maroons last season. Mucha will put it across into the Maroons' end. Both teams will make a line change. No icing as the Maroon touched it. Auburn comes the other way. Slipping is Eli Williams. Sorry, Gio Manzone and Eli Williams. Hornets come the other way with Drew Main, who has the goal. Asa Black rips one. Goes left. Drew Main finds it again. Works it back across the boards. It'll find Asa Black. Asa Black over to Wilbur. Now it's Drew Main. Over to Henry. Henry Doherty just misses that one. teammates call him Henny or Hank Doe. He's not a big fan of the latter of the two, however. Maroons try to come across this time. Hornets make a singular line change right away by putting Grease and Mucha back on. Offsides call, I believe it was. Maybe not. It's actually going to be a penalty on Henry Doherty for 2 minutes. However, Hornets can have 5 men on the ice as the first and second 20 minutes are with no power plays. Smith over to Mucha. Main retreats as Hogan pushes. Over to Wilbur. Tyler Main, the Hornets captain, comes away with it from the near corner into the neutral zone and into the Maroons' ends. He's battling with Noah Testa. Testa, another good player for the Maroons. Testa, a big assist machine. He had 6 last season, according to Syracuse.com. Smith has his pass intercepted. It's an opportunity for Max Laraway, tripped up by Shock, and the Hornets get the puck back, stripping it from Laraway. Ellen on the right side tries to get it in, unable to. Puck covered up by Tanner Marcellus. 4:12 left. 43 seconds left in Henry Doherty's penalty. Puck still in the Maroons' ends. Eli Williams looks to clear it. This time it'll be Pesachik. Barrett for the Hornets has it taken away by Kassler. A shot covered up by LaMarche. A good look for Caden Wilcox. Last season, Sean LaMarche almost 400 saves in one season. That was 397 on 442 shot attempts. Very good percentage. He is a senior this year, a junior last year, looking to have the best year he's had so far. Maroons dumped in by Kassler, loops around the net with LaMarche. Dawson Wilbur will come away with it for the Hornets neutral zone. Into the Maroons' ends. Knocked away by Joda Young. Hornets find it again. No other than Tyler Main. Behind the goal of Marcellus. He'll look for Wilbur, turn. Wilbur dumps it off to Main again. It'll go into the neutral zone. Scooped across by Drew Main. Double line change for the Hornets. Here's an opportunity for the Maroons. Maher has a shot blocked away by LaMarche. LaMarche had a shutout last game that he played Auburn. Again, that was Casey Park a year and a day ago. 11-27-25. Hornets won that game 7-0, capitalized by a hat trick from Gavin Patno. Penalty on the Maroons assessed to LT Tomando. Face off in the Maroons' end. Quick shot Another shot, both deflected. One off a defender and one off of Marcellus. Smith unable to find the net the first time, chasing down the puck again. Thompson able to keep it in, along with Smith. Maroons come across with it. Tucker Hogan will put it in the Hornets' ends. Near right corner, it's batted across by MACC. Tucker Hogan, the far right corner. A shot deflected off of Shaw. Into the middle for Hogan, stripped away by some Hornet defenders. Good defensive showing from Shock. He'll ice the puck. Hornets and Maroons both making line changes, and we'll find the puck back in the Hornets corner right of LaMarche. It'll be Shock. A nice pass into the middle, however, McGuire unable to come up with it from his teammate Laraway. Hornets come the other way. Dumped in for a Colton walk-up around the boards. Over to Barrett. Barrett has it taken away. That's a 2-on-1 across. However, the puck goes too fast. It'll be covered up by LaMarche. McGuire unable to get to it once again. 40 seconds left in our 20-minute period, but again, we will have 2 power plays, 1 for each team, and they'll play the full 2 minutes even if one team scores. Over to Asa Black on the near side. He'll turn away. Pass finds Tarby, who takes a shot off the board behind LaMarche. It was kept in by Maher, who tried one, went left. Back to Tarby. Now it's in the middle for Young. Young. Instead, it's Maher. They over knocked across, and that'll do it for our 20 minutes. Now we'll have a power play for each team. Two 2-minute power plays. In our first 20 minutes of play, we had 2 goals, 1 from each side. Hornets' Drew Main scored first, and then about a minute later, it was Anderson Panu for the Maroons. In this Hornets and Maroons scrimmage, Fayetteville-Manlius and Auburn. Auburn traveling to Cicero, the home for the Hornets again this year, as it was for the last 2 years. So the Hornets will be a man down to begin. 5-on-4. Maher skating fast. Knocked away by Shock. However, Maher able to keep control over to the corner for Laraway. Momentarily taken away by Mucha. However, Testa able to find control. A shot wrapped up by LaMarche, taken by Maher. Either Maher Maher took that shot. Again, he had 6 goals, 3 assists last season. These goals and assists from today will not count towards the 25-26 statistics, nor will the record, as neither team will win or lose this game. Tarby over to Testa. Back to Tarby. He'll put it in the middle. Deflected by LaMarche. Laraway unable to find it. The puck bounced between the boards and the glass momentarily. Maroons will have to reset as it went over that blue line, defining the neutral zone from the Hornets territory. 40 seconds now. Strong defense so far from Fayetteville-Manlius. Maroons reset, coming in hot. Hogan battling for it with Walkup. Walkup is able to put it past the blue line. Maroons reset. Ryan Maher. Over to Tarby along the boards. Big hit. So Colton Walkup, 3 seconds, a shot deflected by LaMarche, and that'll do it for that first 2 minutes. The Hornets will now have an opportunity with a man up. So a good showing from the Hornets defense with a man down during that 2-minute period. Maroons unable to come up with a goal. And it'll be the Hornets with an opportunity now. 5-on-4. According to teammates and coaches, their power play might be the best part of their offense. And defense, as we saw from that part. Starts out with the Maroon clear, back to LaMarche. We'll give the Hornets an opportunity to reset. Wilbur. Instead of leaving a face of black, will go along the boards to Henry Doherty. Skips main, goes to Wilbur. Wilbur with a shot. It's covered up by Tanner Marcellus. Puck finds Tyler Main. Cross to Wilbur. Back to Tyler. Main, Wilbur shot. Covered up by Marcellus once again. 1:10 left in this power play for the Hornets. Doherty again unable to win it for the Hornets. Wilbur unable to keep it in. Laraway was kind of giving it to Wilbur there. However, no call. Drew Main now with a shot high off the glass. Wilbur keeps it in. Over to Main. Doherty, shot. Covered up by Marcellus once again. Main and Doherty with a few shots in this power play so far. Unable to find the net. Good goalkeeping from Tanner Marcellus, who last season went 386 for 456. Very good percentage as well, if you're a Maroons fan. Wilbur. Coming out of that was Strumain, however, deflected by Hogan all the way to LaMarche. He'll go across to Tyler Main. Main with a nifty move. He'll take a shot. It's in the middle and covered up by Marcellus, I believe. So another face-off. And the Maroons end left of Marcellus again. Ace of black this time in the circle. Able to get it over to Doherty quickly across to Wilbur. Unable to find it, however. That'll do it for the Hornets power play. So no one scores, and now we'll have our 1 minute 6 on 5. We'll see which team is a man down. Whoever is a man down will be a man up after the second half. Some won't back down. Tom Petty plays. Neither team will back down in the scrimmage, even if there's not a score on the scoreboard. So the Hornets will have 6 on. They'll have no one in the net. It's going to be an icing. And it'll be another face-off in the Maroons' ends. Fu-Mei this time. Maroons try to work it out, unable to. Tyler Main. Now over to Wilbur. Back to Tyler Main into the neutral zone. He had it over to Mucha. Now Drew Main circles around Marcellus's net. A shot by Asa Black deflected. Henry Doherty now, again behind that net of Tanner Marcellus, the goalkeeper for the Maroons. Wilbur tries to slap shot that one into the middle, unable to. Hornets will have to reset. Drew Main now with 5. Works into the middle, takes a shot deflected. 2-1, a shot from Wilbur. He will be unable to take a shot. And that'll do it here. After our 25 minutes at the MACC, the score, Hornets 1, Maroons 1. However, again, it will not matter in the scrimmage, not matter to the record or any stats. Both goals come in the 20 minutes, neither in the power play or the 6-on-5. We'll be back after a quick intermission on the Hornets Hockey Network. Back here at the MACC for this Hornets and Maroons scrimmage. The score is really 1-1, however, is not allowed to be kept on the scoreboard for scrimmages like this. Teams will switch sides. Maroons going to the left, Hornets to the right. Ace of black to Drew Main. Drew Main is tied up with Tomendol. Maroons find it in their own ends with Testa. Into the neutral zone now. Wilbur takes it away from Mayer. Young puts it into the Hornets' ends. However, Hornets quickly come the other way. Drew Main, Henry Doherty, Ace of Black, the front runners here. Another possession change to the Maroons. Shot by Mahers, covered up by LaMarche. Both teams make a few changes. Hornets 4-on-4 off, keeping Grayson Mucha. Face off right of LaMarche is found near the blue line. Lyle Williams unable to keep the puck. Now it's Oliver Smith for the Hornets. Around over to 5, used to be Capriotti's number. Marsh deflects the puck away. Hornets come the other way into the neutral zone. Now off the boards over to Oliver Smith. Mucha falls. Now behind Mucha. Maroons come away with the puck into the Hornets' end. Panu. He has the goal for the Maroons. Hornets with Shock and Barrett. Barrett able to get it over into the Maroons' end momentarily. However, it was cleared away by Laraway. Laraway comes up with it now. Puck deflects off Shock. Quick fire from Testa. Kassler, nobody home on the far side. Hornets cleared away. Dumped in by Walkup. Bolton Walkup has it taken away by Testa. And now Auburn will go the other way. No team with clear possession yet in the second 20 minutes. Again, after this 20 minutes, we'll have each team will have a power play, and then Auburn will be 6-on-5 without someone in goal. Icing brings the puck back to the other end with LaMarche. Face off to his right. Tyler Main and Henry Doherty, the captains on the ice for the Hornets. Black is on the near side, a sophomore. Drew Main, a junior. Gets it over to his brother, Tyler. Tyler behind the net. He went over to Wilbur, who shot one high. Wilbur will put a shot on net. It's deflected by Marcellus. Tyler Main will find it in his own ends. Go across the far side to Wilbur. Now over to Doherty. Quickly plays it to Asa Black. However, it's taken away by Judah Young. Asa Black now on the near side as Henry Doherty won the puck back. Marsh puts the stick on the puck and finally covers it from pressure of Judah Young. .32 left in this second 20-minute part of our mock scrimmage here at the Mid-State. The Mid-State Athletic Community Center, the home for the Hornets this year. That puck was covered up while Marsh will have a face-off in the exact same spot, -6 seconds. Both goalies have been strong this game. More of a defensive battle, as 30 minutes in, we're only 1-1. With 2 power plays and a 6-on-5. Good hit from the Maroons. Whoever pressure from Shaw. Puck is in the Maroons' ends. Now into the neutral zone is Testa. It's going to be an icing, as Smith put it to the other end. That was actually Shaw. I was unable to come up with a full roster for the Hornets. I do have one for Auburn. If you're a consistent fan of the FM Varsity Hockey Network, we'll have a lot more updates come regular season. Once we get a few games going, we might have things like replays. An opportunity for the Hornets. Another one. Shot is scooped up by Marcellus. Grayson Mucha had 2 opportunities, couldn't put it in both times. Good defense from Marcellus. Again, looking for some replays and reviews, player graphics. Not promised, however, a possibility that I'll try to incorporate and bring better hockey to fans. Wilbur over to Smith. He left it for Mucha, who's fighting for it with Manzone. Manzone comes away with it. Now it's Laraway. He'll dump it along the boards, looking for Kassler. Past the Y Williams. Hornets come up with it once more. Mucha behind the net. He had a few chances earlier. He'll put one in the middle off the stick of Marcellus. Tyler Main will retrieve the puck in his own ends behind the goal line. That'll be an icing call. Each team's offense unable to find anything in this first half. In this second half. Maroons in the Hornets' end on the near side looking for Maher. Instead, the Hornets come away with it. Doherty able to put it into the neutral zone. Across into the Maroons' ends. And we had an offsides call. We'll be in the neutral zone near right spot. Again, Doherty had that 2 overtime game-winning goal last season versus Cazenovia in the quarters. He had 6 goals and 7 assists last season. Maroons in their own ends. Asa Black coming from the back, able to strip the puck out. Now it's Drew Main. Drew Main finds it in the Maroons' end. Nice move. Will go around the net. Thompson keeps it in. Across to Asa Black. Black unable to keep a stick on the puck. Battling for it in the near right side. Fight with Tomendal. Maher makes a nice move on Black. Who was unable to get the puck. Now Maher comes across. A shot left. Back into the middle. Another shot is unable to find the net. Young had that opportunity. Here's Peter Tarby back into the middle for Young. Still unable to find the net. LaMarche is very great goalkeeper for the Hornets, and he did a great job that time along with the Hornets defense. So some Maroons finding some opportunities now, as it started with the Hornets with Mucha. Neither team has capitalized yet in the second half. Still 1-1 in our score. Both teams will make a line change with the stoppage of play. Icing results in the puck being dropped near right of Marcellus. Puck goes all the way across into the Hornets' ends. Hornets come away with it, walk up. Dumps behind the goal line. Barrett still behind the goal of Marcellus, battling for it with Manzone. A wraparound, unable to succeed. Gonna have a call. Probably against the Maroons, number 19. Gio Manzone will serve 2 minutes in the penalty box. But again, we will have no true power plays in this 20 minutes, so the Maroons will be able to keep 5 men on the ice. Just Manzone has to serve 2 minutes in the sin bin. Puck back to Barrett. Ashworth to Shock. Shock right of the post. Knocked away by Marcellus, who came out of his goal momentarily. Ashworth dumps it along the boards. Finds Shock. Shock into the middle. A shot goes into the glove of Marcellus. Hornets will make line change. Auburn keeping their same 5. Wilbur behind the Maroons net. He'll take a shot. It's deflected and off the glass. Tyler Main. He takes possession now. Goes over to Smith. Deflected. He's battling for it now. Tyler Main is battling for the puck with Testa. Wraps it around to Smith on the far right side. Hornets keep control in the Maroons' end still. Now it's out into the neutral zone. A race for it. Castler and Main. Main comes up with it. Veteran player for the Hornets. Started since 8th grade. Maroons in the Hornets' end now, threatening. Omarsh covers up the shot from her. 35 minutes into the game, and it's 1-1. Man zone still with 36 seconds to kill. Peter Tarby now over to Maher. It's going to be a call against the Hornets. I think that was number 10, Asa Black. It is. 2 minutes for the Hornets, 8:59 left in our second period before our power plays in the 6-on-5. (23-18) shots in favor of Fayetteville-Manlius. Puck drop right of Lamarche. Puck goes the width of the ice. Maher battling with Ellis Thompson. Tarby. Into Maher. Back to Tarby. Loops it around. It's in the middle. A shot is deflected. Taken away by Drew Main. Drew Main now with a 2-on-2 opportunity. He'll shoot right of the post and off the boards. Kept in momentarily before taken away by Tarby from the Maroons. Marsh will cover the puck. Threatened by Young and Mayer. There'll be another puck drop right of Lamarche. Asa Black still with a minute 10 to serve. Puck frees up from behind the goal line. Now goes back over to Kalmaher. One back by the Hornets. Henry Doherty will find it in the neutral zone. Off the boards over to Barrett. Barrett. He took a shot that Marcellus deflected nicely, and the Maroons will come the other way with Panu. Barrett's on the other end of the ice. Excuse me, clutching what looks like his knee. So we'll take an injury timeout until Barrett's able to get back up onto his feet. Barrett is back onto his feet, favoring his right leg. We'll have a puck drop in the middle due to an injury in this scrimmage. .737 left to play. The score is still 1-1. However, again, no score will be recorded at the end. Walkup loses his stick. Dawson Wilbur. He went over to Smith, back to Main, over again to Ashworth. Walker will find it with Testa. Testa around the board, still in the Maroons' ends. Over to Kalmaher. Tyler Main over to Ashworth with the width of the ice. Hornets will dump it into the Maroons' end behind the goal line to make a quick line change. Maroon tried to take advantage. It's going to be... was going to be an offsides call. The Hornets penalty is over. Not sure why it hasn't left the box yet. There's no time on his penalty. Now he does come out. And that's going to be another call as Asa Black comes out of the penalty box and Dawson Wilbur, I believe, will go in. Maybe not. Instead, it's on the Maroons. And it's on number 9, Noah Testa. One of the Maroons' better players. Smith takes a shot, it's deflected. Over to Mucha, still behind the goal line. Over to Mucha again. Now onto the right side. 25-19, unable to complete the three-person play. Puck in the Hornets' end, found by Main. Turns away from Kessler, goes the width of the ice. Puck was touched by Eli Williams, so no icing. Hornets in the neutral zone. Wilbur across on the left side. His pass was deflected. Grayson Mucha has it taken away by Laraway. Laraway is decked by Mucha. It'll be a penalty on Grayson. Puck drop will be right over Marsh again. No one will really be serving a disadvantage to the team, just disadvantaged players. Still 5-on-5, even with 2 men in the box. Puck soared high of Lamarche's goal into the glass in the middle. It's deflected. Turned away by Max Schock. Asa Black comes the other way for the Hornets near the right side. However, the Maroons are able to get it to Maher before being taken away by Doherty off the skate of Tomendal. It'll go to Young. Young to the middle, a shot from Maher. Whole turn, take another one. It's deflected again. Great saves from Marsh. Will Marsh with an excellent game. Marcellus with an excellent game in this scrimmage at the MACC. Another deflected shot. Manzoni able to get it. Black will chase it. He has a misfire. He's way out of his net. Now retreats Henry Doherty to Asa Black. Black tries to take a shot. However, turned away by Tarby. Doherty ends Main. Here's Drew Main. Main over to Doherty. Just misses Asa Black. It'll go back to Doherty. Jermaine and Ace of Black. A little bit of miscommunication. Finds Ryan Maher. He'll fire it across to an Noah Marsh. It'll be an icing. Puck drop was right of Marcellus. Advantage towards the Hornets. Quick shot, wrapped up. Smith unable to put it into the goal. It'll be another puck drop, this time on the left side. Shaw plays it up behind the goal line, chased by Colton Walkup. And Smith. Racing for this is Gio Manzone from Auburn. Over to Smith. Smith shoots. It was deflected, goes over to Shaw. And there's going to be a penalty, a little bit of tussling between Maroon and Hornet players. However, it's been pretty quiet, just a nice scrimmage. Both teams know it'll benefit them moving on. They both will play a game December 2nd. The Hornets will be at Show Park. Not sure who their opponent is yet. And Auburn will be playing Ontario Bay at Ontario Bay. That'll be the first regular season game for both teams. Hornets with Drew Main worrying about the scrimmage first. He was looking for Black. By the way, that was Barrett. And number 99 from the Maroons are serving 2-minute penalties for that little tussle that we had. I think it might have been Peter McIntyre. Wilbur dumps it to the goal line. Drew Main with no one to pass it to. Broken up by Tyler Main. A nice diving effort, and he gets it to his brother Drew for a goal. What a play from the Main brothers. He had a nice takeaway, a nice pass to Drew Main, a diving effort with that pass, and a great shot by Drew Main. A nice assist from Tyler. Too bad that doesn't count towards his stats, because boy, that would be maybe one of his better assists. That is Drew Main's second goal. He has all of the goals for the Hornets. It's now 2-1 in our score. Tyler Main again around the net. No turn, fire one, it's deflected. Over to Tyler Main on the far side. He gets it over to Mucha. Mucha turns, unable to shoot. Main over to Wilbur. Wilbur puts it in the middle, however taken away by Maher. Now over to Tarby. Tarby into the Hornets area. It'll go off the glass. 40 seconds now. Now over to Mucha with 24. Full shoot of the cross, and able to find net or anyone there. 18.3 seconds now. Nice play by Mucha, put it right on line for the middle. However, good defense from the Auburn Maroons. Keeps the Hornets to a 1-goal lead. For those at home wondering, it was Fu-Mei in the first half, Anderson Panu in the first half for the Maroons, and then Fu-Mei a couple minutes ago from a great assist from Tyler. Colton walk up. Ashworth fires it back in there. Unable to put the hand on the puck. Tyler Main has to dump it back in as the Hornets retreat. 3 seconds left. And that'll do it for the 20 minutes. We will now have again we will now have our 2-minute power plays again. Excuse me, sorry. Some difficulties with tech that we're dealing with. So the Hornets will start with 5-on-4 firsts to their advantage, their power play. In towards Maine, it's deflected off into the neutral zone where Henry Doherty will find it. Doherty over to Fu-Mei. Fu-Mei now on the right side. Over to Wilbur. Wilbur over to Tyler Main. He'll rip a shot. It's deflected by Hogan. Now over to Henry Doherty on the near side. He comes away with it. He'll shoot one. Deflected, however, still loose into the middle. Tyler Main again on the near side. He'll skip Wilbur. A nice pass to his brother Drew, who has both the goals for the Hornets. And now, oh no. Fu-Mei is down. I believe he will be all right. I think it was something with his thigh. He looks to be all right. So we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. Here's Tyler. Over to Doherty. 50 seconds in this power play for the Hornets. Shot deflected, still loose in the middle again. Asa Black couldn't see it. Over to Tyler Main on the right side. Now it's Dawson Wilbur into the middle. He'll shoot one, deflected. Asa Black with another chance. And it was off the toe of Marcellus. Under 30 now. Smith looking to find it. Cleared away by Auburn. Hornets will reset. Wilbur over to Maine. 15 seconds. Hornets, 2 more chances for the Hornets. Wilbur slips. Hornets will have to reset. It's going to be a call on the Maroons with just under 10 seconds left in the Hornets power play. Auburn will have a power play after this, and then Auburn will have a 6-on-5 play with their goalie out. Face off with 10 left of Marcellus. 2-1 our score. Main over to Smith. Smith with 3, over to Main with 2. Oh, shoot. Covered up by Marcellus. Power play at 0. Now it's Auburn's turn to play a man up. FM 2, Auburn 1. in our mock game scrimmage. Hornets again unable to score on their power play. Something they might want to work a tiny bit more on in practice. However, Auburn also wasn't able to score on their power play, as both these teams have very strong defenses. Last time these two teams played, the Hornets shut out the Maroons 7-0 at Casey Park. It was their first game of the season a year and a day ago. Maroons with a chance now. Maher. Tarby over to Cal Maher. Shot goes in through the legs of LaMarche, and that ties the score at 2. We'll keep playing the 2 minutes. However, a goal from Peter Tarby. Peter Tarby, 29 seconds into the Auburn power play, goes right through LaMarche's legs. Still 1:30 to play. That one goes right of the iron. Maher. Over to Tarby again on the left side. Now over to Cal. Deflected by LaMarche. Cleared away. Maroons will reset in the neutral zone. Led by Gio Manzone behind his own net. Just under a minute to play, 50 seconds. It's 9 Noah Testa for the Maroons on the left side. Over to his captain Maher. Ryan Maher, that is. Testa to the right side, the width of the ice, over to Cal Maher. He'll rip one in to his brother. A chance for Tarby once again, unable to get it. Puck cleared by the Hornets. 15 seconds. 1 or 2 more opportunities for the Maroons remaining. Maher. Behind the net of LaMarche. That'll do it for the power play. Our scores are tied at 2 for those wondering. And we will have a 6-on-5 for 1 minute. The Hornets will have 5, the Maroons will have 6. Maroons 6 on, no one in net, 2-2. 1 minute remaining in our scrimmage. Ryan Maher. Into the middle for Maher again. Drew Main battling for the puck in the corner. Little tussle as Laraway falls, and now a little skirmish near the net of LaMarche. Laraway, the culprit from the Maroons. He was tied up with a Hornet. 32.8 in our 6-on-5. Laraway will have to come off. They'll send another one on. They'll put in Peter Tarby again. comes off, shot comes in. They'll sound the buzzer. I think we're gonna end the scrimmage a bit early after that. And that'll do it from the MACC. The score 2-2. Whoever not recorded won't count as a tie or anything. Good, mostly clean battle between these two teams. They'll figure out what lines they like, what lines they don't. What players to look out for. Definitely Drew Main and Tyler Main, the Main twins, will be a solid force for the Hornets this season. Drew Main had both goals. Tyler Main with a great assist. Anderson Panu had the first goal for the Maroons, and it was Peter Tarby in the Maroons power play. So 2-2, our unofficial score from our scrimmage. The Hornets will have the Icebreaker tournament on December 2nd and 3rd at Shove Park. And then they're home for the Hornet Classic versus Saranac Lake and Bethlehem December 5th and 6th. As for Auburn, they'll be at Ontario Bay December 2nd. And December 3rd, they'll be at CNS. Thanks for tuning into the FM Varsity Ice Hockey Network. I'm Michael Haungs, videographer and producer Fu-Mei Tung, saying good night from the MACC.